Hello everybody, welcome along to another Big Quiz Night In. It is episode 18 of our Facebook Live pub quiz nights, and I'm very much looking forward to bringing you another 3 great pub quiz rounds for you this evening. We'll be starting in approximately 15 minutes time, so if you are watching a repeat of this, then do skip ahead a few minutes because we do this live on Thursdays and Sunday nights, and as this is being recorded on a Thursday night, we'll be starting shortly after people across the UK like to clap for key workers at about 8 o'clock. Now tonight we've got 3 different rounds, just like we always do. Every Thursday, every Sunday, we mix up the subjects, and that's true of today as well. Only this time, all of the rounds you're going to hear tonight, including a picture round I share later on, were all inspired by picks from top fans. And top fans are back. It is the big news of the week. I've been rewarding all our top fans with access to a private group for quite a while now, and a long time ago Facebook decided to not give anybody any top fan badges. Well, that's all changed because they are back. People have been getting them again. So that means more of you have been accessing the top fan group where I listen to your requests for subjects, and thank you for that, because as I said, all of them tonight, including the picture round I'll share afterwards, are all picked and inspired by things that you suggested in that top fan group. If you haven't got access to the top fan group yet, but you have got a top fan badge, do check Facebook Messenger, check your inbox. I have sent you the link to it, and if I haven't sent you the link to it, then message me and I will send it to you. So yeah, welcome to everyone that's joining now. As you know, I like to do my introduction first, and then I'll get to the comments as soon as I can. And of course, I need to be sharing the link across all the usual places I like to share this, so we can bring as many people as possible in. Our quiz nights are normally £1 a person to enter when we hosted them at the King's Head and Bell in Abingdon, and since the pandemic, we've of course turned to Facebook Live, as many people have, to deal with their pub quizzes there, and it has grown a lot since then. So I'm greatly appreciative of everyone joining both Thursdays and Sundays, and I know some of you join on both those nights every week, and it is really appreciated. But we don't do this for nothing. We're doing it for charity. So if you don't mind donating, I'll be sharing a link in a moment to Secret Santa 365. That's our chosen charity for Thursday night quizzes, and then Sunday night quizzes is a different charity entirely. So I'll be sharing the link in the comments in just a moment. And yes, top fans are back. It is big news. Thank you also to those of you who've been submitting your quiz team logos. I've been putting them in a photo album. If you've got a pub quiz team that joins us here and you haven't yet submitted your team logo, just do it. It's a bit of fun. Send it to me in a private message and I'll share it in the group and put it into the photo album here, so we can all have a look and a laugh and get to know a little bit more about all the quiz teams that we have joining us. So yeah, I'm going to start sharing out the link now because this video is obviously up. It is there. So I'm going to post it all the places I normally do while you all join in. Let me know what you're drinking this evening. That's one of the things we like to talk about during the pub quiz. Let me know what you're drinking this evening. If you're having a cheeky beverage, what is it you are drinking tonight? Let's post this link out there while you do that, and then I'll get to some of your comments as well. There we go. Posting that there. Who have we got joining us? Yes, please do explain to people that are joining, and if you're new, carry on explaining, if you're regulars, how this quiz night works. I will say when I get to that point, of course I will. But I appreciate you guys having a chat in the comments while we get this going and while I share the link, because we won't be starting till about 8:05 to allow people to clap for key workers. So I won't be starting just yet. And we want to wait for those numbers to go up, of course, as well, because some people don't join until after that's happened. So that's 2 places I share it done. Keep those conversations coming in. Let me know what you're drinking. I'll be responding to all your comments in just a moment, of course. And one more post there. And the last one coming up. Right, there we go. That's all done, all posted everywhere. So let's get to some of your comments then. Who have we got? In the chat today we have Mags and Alex are here. Welcome along. Oi oi team, keep calm. Are here. Justice for James and Roz, James is saying. He wants a top fan badge too. I know, mate. Yeah, some of you have got your top fan badges and it is exciting stuff. Some of you have not yet. And, you know, now they're back. Maybe it'll be a weekly thing again. I hope so. June's got hers. June, you have got yours, but you're not in the group yet. I don't know if you've got my message. I've sent it to you, and I've sent you a few messages actually over the quizzes. You've got probably a few waiting for me there. If you check Messenger, you might find you've got a few there, but I know you haven't tried to join the group yet. So do check your messages when you can. How do I get an answer sheet? I'm sure somebody's explained to you now how this works, but I'll go into it in a minute. You don't need an answer sheet, just make your own if you want to. Just write them down, however, in short. Gemma crew are here. Welcome to Linda and the Gemma crew. Alex is here too. Welcome, Alex. Yes, you got a top fan badge as well. That's awesome. Hi to Tad. How you doing, mate? Yeah, just write them down, the answers on your own pieces of paper. Evening to you, Ed. Doom Radleys are here as well. Diet Coke, run out of whiskey, Mag says. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not good. Not good at all. And who's this? Honey's here. I'm here and have electric raspberry sparkling gin. Ooh, wow. I'm not a fan of gin, I have to be honest. I'm not a fan of gin. Although flavoured gins may be different. I don't know. I'm not going to spend money on it, though. If I get to try one, I will. See how I feel about it, but I'm not really a gin drinker. San Miguel, Jack says, nice hot day today too. Hello, Chris. Yeah, what a beautiful day around here at least. Across Oxfordshire, it was a beautiful day. Diet Coke with whiskey for Graham and tonic for me. Nice, Linda. Okay. Oi, oi, Vanessa. Welcome along. There will be lots of stick for this one, mate. Will there, James? Okay. Phoenix is here. It's nearly noon and I'm having a cuppa while I enjoy the aircon, although it's only 29 degrees outside right now. Only 29 degrees. That's a hot day for us. Quite frankly, jealous of all the gin options. Yeah, there are many gin options over here, definitely. Hi to Sarah. Welcome along. June, yeah, no problem. Yeah, have a look around, see if you can find Messenger. It's like a speech bubble and it's got a little lightning bolt across it. That's what the picture looks like, the icon. If you click on that, if you tap on that, it will take you to messages. And then from there, you'll see all the messages you've been getting from people. I had a similar problem with another relative of mine who was struggling with this concept. So don't you worry, you'll find it, I'm sure. And if it doesn't, look for the group, #BigQuizNightIn Top Fans, it's called. And you can just apply there, and I know you're a top fan, so I can let you in. Tony's in the house. Tony from Marbella. He's in the Barking Dogs team. Still looking for Bill. Yeah, I haven't heard from Bill today either, Tony. I hope he does join. Roz is here. Still not a top fan, even though Charlotte and Emma have got their badges this week. Unfair. I know. Roz, I saw some of your teammates getting those badges, and I thought, oh no, it's not going to happen again, is it? And it didn't. So we'll keep an eye out though, Roz. Don't you worry. Marston's Pedigree Amber Ale for June. Okay, well, I hope you like that one more than the last one, the Doom Bar that you didn't like, if I remember rightly. Eric from the Blackpool Bar Stewards is here. Welcome, Eric. And Chris is here as well. Chris from the Blackpool Bar Stewards got the top fan badge this week as well, I see. Well done to Chris. Yeah. Yes, James is just as annoyed as you, Roz, it seems, although he hasn't been waiting anywhere near as long as you, in fairness, but I'm sure he'll get his badge soon too. Team House of Darmain here. Welcome along. I hope you enjoy yourselves this evening, starting in about five minutes time, give or take, once the clap for key workers is done in 2 minutes. Good evening to Charlotte, Parky Parkinson, top fan badge holder there, not to rub it in anymore to Roz, but Claire has just joined from Sophia, and Claire has her badge as well this week. Yeah, so when you do get the top fan badges, let me know. Oh, quite nice this one, June says. We'll buy it again. Oh, good. Well, you enjoy that one while you do your quiz then. Sorry, Roz, Charlotte says. I'm on can of Budweiser. I'm on the Budweiser today. My beverage of choice. Sainsbury's don't have the same deal on Heineken, so I was forced to buy an alternative. So Budweiser for me, that's not bad. Good deal on that. Roz, I know it doesn't make sense. Facebook works in mysterious ways. I don't know how they do it. Yeah, but I would, I'd allocate you one if I could. Paul's here now. Cool Cats and Kittens in the house. Red wine and ale. Lovely. Paul, have you heard from Bill lately? We're trying to track him down. He's not joined yet. Do get in touch with him. Tony's trying to get hold of him as well. Currently, one Quarantini is in the house. Welcome, Naomi. Welcome to you. So, if you haven't seen the subjects for tonight, should I tell you all of them? I know the top fans will know already because I announced it in the top fan group, but the rest of you might not. I don't know how many of you decide to then tell everybody outside the group, or if you keep it to yourselves so it's a surprise for everybody else. I don't mind really, but you know, it's a kind of a perk for top fans. They get to find out in advance. James is on the Fosters. Emma's sitting here laughing. Sorry, Roz. Oh dear. Yeah, I'll have to break out the Justice for Roz t-shirt again, won't I? The first subject this evening is colours in pop. So it's a pop music trivia round, and it's all connected to bands or singers who have got a colour in their name. So that's the theme, but it's basically pop music trivia with colours as the theme through it. It was actually Chris Gallagher requested music kind of trivia without the music being played in itself, which is obviously much easier for me to do. And so basically from that, I had a dig through the archives and I've got this one. I do have pop music trivia, general kind of knowledge rounds as well, but I did find this one. I thought this would be a bit of a fun twist on it, and it's colours in pop we're going to be doing first. Courtney's here, everybody. Everybody say hi to Courtney. Secret Santa 365. So let me give you a bit of a breakdown while I share that link for the first time. Now that they're here, James is looking forward to the music round. Yeah, it's good fun. Yeah, I'll be first, I think. We should do that for round one. Half a dozen are here, -2. Right, let me share this link for you. This is the charity we are here for today and every Thursday. There's the GoFundMe link. Please do give generously. Like I said, normally a quiz would be £1 a person to enter, plus whatever money you would choose to spend on drinks and maybe even food as well at the King's Head and Bell, or indeed whatever pub you would go to a pub quiz at. That's just where this one's come from. So please do donate a little bit of money there if you don't mind. If you can't, then fine, that's no problem. But I do ask that you share the video instead, or share any of my posts that mention Secret Santa 365. That would be much appreciated. And so they've been working really hard during the pandemic, like a lot of charities have been, but in particular for Secret Santa 365, there are 200 local residents to the Didcot, kind of Abingdon, Oxfordshire kind of area. 200 local residents they've been helping out. Providing necessities and vital goods that they need, because perhaps being elderly residents, they might not be able to get out to the shops, for example. So what they can have brought to them, even if it's simple things like tea, coffee, kitchen roll, loo roll, those kind of things, they still need those things and they can't always get out to the shop to get them. So this is a charity that goes out and helps them and buys them and gets everything in for them that they can. They're also helping out women in refuge during this time. Obviously with the pandemic and everybody locked down, if there's any vulnerable women out there that are struggling, they might not be able to easily escape situations that they need to. But this is something Secret Santa are giving them what they can to help them through when they are getting themselves safe, which we hope, of course, would be all of them. So there's, packs for women in refuge as well. A new one they're doing is chocolates and sweets for families in Oxford, perhaps vulnerable families or people who are struggling, but are also from the Muslim community. They're celebrating at the moment their own festivals, but they would normally have lots of treats for that. So they've been donating things like that to families from the Muslim community, as I understand it. Again, I think we've got Claire and we've got Courtney in the chat right now, so I'm sure they can add some more to it as well. But generally, local families who all need urgent support at this kind of time in particular, they have been helping. So the more money we can give them, then the more families they can help who are in need. So please do give generously. I believe, to be honest, they probably didn't hear the fact I even said that, because they might be clapping right now because it is now gone 8 o'clock. So, but anyway, you've heard it, and I'll remind you all again later on, no doubt, too. Welcome to Jenny, and I presume Pete's going to be watching as well then. Welcome to you both. Freddy's Ficcos have arrived. Quizstal Maze are here. Hello all. Welcome Liz and all of Quizstal Maze. What else have we got in the comments here? Who's next? Let's Get Quizzical have arrived. Nicola, welcome. Real friends are here too. That's good. Yeah, the numbers are going up. We're up to what's got 67, 69 now. Good stuff. So let's keep that going. Colours in Pop is round number 1. A music trivia round with colours as a theme running through it. Welcome to James as well. James Bailey's just arrived. Just going to give it a little bit longer and then we'll get started. I'm wearing my Batman t-shirt today. For the geeks out there amongst us, the Snyder cut is real. So I'm very excited about that. So I had to wear my Batman t-shirt. Don't worry, if you've got no idea what I'm on about, I'll move on. But that's why I'm wearing my Batman t-shirt today. Yeah, I might be growing old, but you never grow up. Yes, Jenny says Pete is here too. Lovely. Right, welcome guys. Oxford and Phoenix Collective are here. Good. Both sides of the Atlantic covered then. Excellent here. Welcome Keith. Louise says, just rushed back in from the supermarket to be here. Oh, bless. Well done. Thank you, Louise. That's appreciated. I'm glad you made it. Courtney says, we are supporting our elderly residents plus gifts and chocolate to families in Oxford who are struggling and also celebrating Eid there. So there you go. There's Courtney who's put an update in there. Oh, here's Bill. Lost the plot for a while there. Seems like you did. Don't tell me you were watching the wrong video, Bill. Please don't tell me that. Owen says top fans are back. What is top fans plus one? It means they've been top fans for more than 1 week. My understanding is, if you've been a top fan for a week and then you don't get your badge for 3 weeks like Facebook did, but then you get it back again, it adds up how many times you've got it. So for some people, you've had it for over a month, which is cool. Tim says you could have won a Saint Bernard have assembled. Welcome. I do miss shouting out their team name over the microphone at the pub and getting a cheer in response. I do miss that. But welcome. I'm glad we could stick together in this way. Chris says, just back from clapping. Glad I inspired you. Looking forward to the first round. Yeah, it's going to be fun. All the rounds tonight and the picture round are all inspired by top fans. The first one's coloured in pop. I think we may as well make a start. Although, yeah, we're creeping up to 80 now, which is a better number, I feel, for what numbers we normally get. No doubt more will join us soon. Right, how do we get top fan? Reckon it's rigged, Jenny says. You just have to like, comment, share, all that good stuff I nag people to do, but not just on my videos, on my posts in general. So whenever I post something, if you're getting engaged with it, you stand more chance of getting it, in theory. I have a feeling, Roz in particular, I'm talking to you now, you went on a massive rampage of liking and sharing and clicking on all sorts of things that I was sharing in an effort to get your top fan badge. And then it wasn't long after that everybody stopped getting top fan badges. I'm not saying the two are connected, but it might have just been bad timing. So if you start doing that again, it looks like top fans are back. Maybe it'll happen next week. Or maybe it'll stop everybody getting them again. So I don't know. Who knows? Liz Mason's here. Welcome. There is here in Sheffield. What's that? I missed that comment. Not as many out clapping tonight. No, there's been quite a few articles circulating from the press, Tracy. I don't know if there's anything to do with it, but it certainly opened my eyes, where a doctor wrote an article in The Guardian, I think, saying that not everybody in the NHS appreciates it anymore because the government aren't backing them and they're not doing enough to support them. So people are clapping and it's not really making a difference because the government aren't listening either. And it's really sad. There are still people that really appreciate it, though. There are still those. I'm not going to tell you don't go out and clap, because there are lots of people out there who really appreciate that. And I'm friends with some of them who have said the same to me. But there are these articles now circulating from the NHS doctors and nurses and whatever. And they're saying that, I mean, thanks, it's nice, but if the government aren't going to listen and make our lives any easier, then is it really worth it? So yeah, if you're a friend of me on Facebook, you're brave enough to, you'll see lots of articles along those lines supporting various causes like that. And I shared one today in particular. So yeah, don't stop doing it. But at the same time, just be mindful. Some people are stopping to do it because of that now, because there's just no movement on the government side of things. It's really sad. Okay, Harperoids are assembling. That's good. Yeah, you've got a couple of minutes then. Maggie, is that Maggie May's here? Did I see? Maggie May ready to go, yes. And Roz says, yes, I did do that. It didn't work anyway. Okay. All right, Roz, we'll just keep it up. It'll happen. Don't worry, it'll happen. And if not, you can win Play Your Cards Right, because I'll do another Play Your Cards Right again next week. So if you manage to correctly guess the play your cards right decision, higher or lower, for 5 cards in a row, then you win, as did one lucky person this week, a top fan group position. And if you're already in a top fan group, you get a guaranteed quiz round of your choice as well, or instead. So yeah, we need to say, is she here at the moment actually? Lorna McDonald, is Lorna here this evening? Make yourself known in the comments, please, Lorna. Monty's minions are here, better late than never. Keith says the government never supported the NHS. However, there are other key workers out there that we should appreciate as well. Don't get me started on the government NHS. Now, Keith, we're in the same group, mate. I don't want to get too political, but that's what I read today. And it was from a doctor, so it's not like I'm getting on a high horse about it. So, but yeah, Keith, we're absolutely probably in the same circles in terms of political followings and beliefs. And yeah, they haven't supported them in a long time. No matter who's been in charge for a long time, should I say. Right, let's move on. Anna Hillis, sorry. I'll keep clapping. Yeah, do it. It's fine. It won't happen. Give up Roz. Love, Emma. Oh, she'll get the badge. Hello to Lorna. Right, everybody say well done to Lorna and give lots of love, heart and like emojis, because she was the first ever person to win our Facebook group Play Your Cards Right game, and she's now in the top fan group as a result of that. So please show some appreciation and love, because she got every single decision right. At the same time, I'd like you to keep in mind poor old Tegan, who was the only other person to get to the very last decision, and she was brave and went lower on the last card, and instead it was higher. So commiserations to Tegan, but well done to Lorna on getting that place in the top fan group. So yes, Sarah says she's got her badge back as well. Great stuff. Yeah, so congratulations to you, Lorna. You're in the group, and you've got yourself a request as well tonight, because you mentioned liking Ditloids. Not that you remembered the name of them, but Ditloids is the pitch around after the quiz today, and I'll be sharing that as soon as the video's finished, or soon after as I can, and that will be your pitch around. It's a lot of fun. We'll talk more about that later, though. So let's make a start, I think. Colours in Pop. We've got 83 people watching now. Let's make a start with our first round. So just make a note of the answers. Don't write them down. Don't put them in the comments. Make a note of them however else you want to. Keep them to yourselves. When I get to the end of the quiz round, I will then see if you want any questions repeated. And then after that, I will go through the answers. When I go through the answers, that's when you mark your own. Okay, you mark your own answers, and then you can put them in the your team scores. When you've tallied them all up, put your team scores in the comment with your team name if you have one. If you don't have one, just put your number in there, and we'll commiserate with all the people that didn't do so well, and we'll celebrate the ones who did. And it's just for fun. Okay, so don't bother cheating to look up the answers. There's no point. It's just for fun. Looks like a thunderstorm brewing in Sheffield, June. Well, it has been really sunny, and it does tend to happen, doesn't it, here, after we've had really nice weather. All right. Robert's got his badge back now. Yes, Lorna's saying thank you to everybody. Good. That's some lovely comments coming in there, guys. Keep that going as we go through this evening. Yes, Tegan, hopefully next time. All right, so question number 1. Billie Joe Armstrong is the lead singer in which colourful band? Billie Joe Armstrong is the lead singer of which colourful band? Oh no, Barking Dogs are down 2 tonight. Yeah, your team score, Vanessa. You know what I mean. The number. Give me your number. Not that number. I don't think we need to go that far. We've got this. Why would we need to talk on the phone? Jason says woof. Welcome, Jason. I'm not... Are you barking in support of the Barking Dogs, maybe? Carol says the Shy Teds. That's a team name I've not read out for a while. All right, question number 2 now. Question 2. Moves Like Jagger and Payphone were UK hits for which outfit? Remember, it's a colours in Pop round, so if I don't say colours in the question, a colour is going to be part of the answer. Moves Like Jagger and Payphone were UK hits for which outfit? It is a 1-point question. One band or act or group had both those songs as hits. Moves like Jagger and Payphone. Yep, fair play, Jace. Oh, only 2 cats and kittens. Oh dear. We are low on numbers tonight. We are indeed. There's a few missing. We'll see how it changes as time goes on. I know some tend to join closer to past. And some don't. Yeah, some don't join till after they've managed to get the kids to bed. So hopefully all numbers will pick up. It normally does on a Thursday. Question number 3 now for 2 points. Which 2 actors were the original Blues Brothers on film? From that musical movie, name 2 actors, the 2 actors, who were the original Blues Brothers on film for 2 points. We actually had that question not so long ago. It is a subject that pops up quite often. So maybe if you're a regular, you'll remember that if you didn't already know it. So 1 point for each correct answer. Which 2 actors were the original Blues Brothers on film? Yeah, Louise, everybody's probably still sat out in the sun. But if they're sat out in the sun, hopefully their Wi-Fi could still reach the garden or wherever they're sat, and they could still be watching. So unless they are out, which you shouldn't be, really. Let's be honest. You've seen all those memes. You can go out, but you can't go out. It's very funny. And got sunstroke. Yeah, it has definitely been hot enough for that. I was only outside for about 10 minutes earlier on over lunch. Get a bit of fresh air, and man, yeah, it was hot. Jace is in the garden. There you go. If I didn't need all this stuff around me to bring this quiz to you, I'd love to be set up outside. That'd be great. Okay, so your next question is question 4. Which South African band came to the world's attention after recording the album Graceland with Paul Simon? Which South African band came to the world's attention after recording the album Graceland with Paul Simon? Oh, Jack says, I need a garden. Yeah. Am I on a mission from God? Why? Maybe, yeah. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe it's my calling. I don't know. I'm not sending my kids back to school. Oh, let's go to the beach. Yeah, exactly. Did you see the interview of that family on the beach? Oh my goodness. It's crazy. There are so many people here. It's like Tesco's on this beach. You think? You're there too. With your kids. Oh dear. Yeah, oh, it's not a good time if you haven't got a garden. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Not a good time. Just make sure you get what exercise you can going out and about during the days, I guess. Yeah. Jack, was it Southend Beach? Is that what I'm referring to? Because that was mental. I didn't see what beach it was. Question number 5 for you, though. Question 5. Which colourful band said Don't Fear the Reaper in the 1970s? Oh, there's a hint as to what our next round might be about. If you haven't seen already. Which colourful band said Don't Fear the Reaper in the 1970s? Oh, the Blues Brothers, yeah. I haven't seen it in so long. I never watched the sequel, actually. Blues Brothers 2000. I heard mixed things about it. I think Bill swears by it, though, if I remember rightly. Bill, I think you said it was really good. I don't mind. I'm pretty easy going with movies, so I do want to watch it at some point. Yeah, I'm sure it was Southend Beach that I was referring to there, Jack. All right, so it's like lockdown's over out there. Yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly. Well, this is the thing. People without common sense, as soon as they hear they can go for a drive wherever they want and meet, one person, as long as they stay 2 meters away from them, they're like, right, well, we can go to the beach then. And then everybody without common sense went to the beach. Or to busy beaches, at least. If you were lucky enough to find a quiet beach, you're all right, I guess. But if it was a busy beach, turn around. Drive away. Right, your next question, and for 3 points. Question number 6. Question 6. Which 3 black bands had UK hits with Ride on Time, Agadoo, and Paranoid? Which 3 bands that mention the colour black had UK hits with Ride on Time, Agadoo, and Paranoid? 1 point for each. Yeah, Bill. Big Blues Brothers 2000 is well worth a watch. Yeah, I'm sure you've told me that before. Yeah, I'm glad I remembered that. I will check it out. Might be a typo, but I will check on that one there. I mean, the title of the song's still relevant, but I'll check that. Don't worry about Googling it, Keith, and anybody else that's read that comment. I think you might be right. It might be a typo. Oh no. It may have had a resurgence in the 80s, but according to this, it was released in 1976. That particular song. I'll have a look. Yeah, it was 76 in the US and 78 in the UK. Always worthwhile checking these things, though. You never know. Right, I had to look coming out of a junction. Oh my goodness, it is busy. It is busy out there. Right, let's get on with your next question then. Colours in pop. Question number 6 now. Question 6. Oh no, sorry, question 7. Yeah, question 6 was the 3-pointer there. Question 7. Which colourful singer joined Christina Aguilera and others on Lady Marmalade? Which colourful singer joined Christina Aguilera and others on a cover of Lady Marmalade? Name the colourful singer. Oh wow, Jace is on Gross Bertha, 6.5%. Sounds like my kind of beer. I like the stronger beers, most definitely. That's why I like King Goblin. Not only is it really nice, especially chilled, but it's one of the stronger ones. Yeah, I always tend to have premium lagers when I can as well. Hence why I'm normally drinking Heineken if I'm on cans of lager at least. So, next question then. Question number 8. Which colourful song was a chart topper for New Order in the 1980s? Which colourful song was a chart topper for New Order in the 1980s? Oh yeah, Magnus Pear Cider for Owen. Yeah, I have to stay away from the cider. Can't do it. Soon as it's one of those drinks for me, just like I said about with aniseed flavoured drinks in a quiz a few weeks back. As soon as you have a bad experience on a particular kind of drink, then you tend not to go back to it. And so any kind of ciders I stay away from. Although I know they are tasty, I just can't do it. Green King IPA Reserve, 5.4%. Nice, Matthew. Liz says, I'm on Tapaline. Do you know, Liz, I thought that said trampoline for a minute there. I thought that's impressive. Quizzing on a trampoline. I mean, that's extreme, isn't it? What's Tapaline? Sambuca, yeah, Lorna, tell me about it. Roz is on Sambuca, isn't she? Roz is always on Sambuca. Perry, not pear cider. Oh, okay. What? Well, you put a pear. You put a pear emoji in a drink. No. Okay, alright. Have a feeling our scores will be shocking this evening. Oh dear, Selena. Selena's from Sophia, everybody, in case you didn't realise. Another one from our nominated charity that's on Sundays. Question number 9. Which Jim Lowe song was a hit for Shakin' Stevens in 1981? Which Jim Lowe song was a hit for Shakin' Stevens in 1981? Oh, Southern Comfort. Now there's a drink. Yeah, Southern Comfort's lovely stuff. Oh, June. Fingers crossed for you, June. You don't have to put your team score in the comments, though, if you didn't manage to do well. You know that is fine. As long as you're enjoying the company. Oh, Owen, you weaned yourself back onto these drinks. Oh, I see. Okay. Fair enough. Anna, you don't have to tell me the age. Oh, dearie me. All right. What's this? Claire's on the Baileys. That's lovely. Yeah, we get we get the Aldi alternative to Baileys, and it's like a quarter of the price, and we think it's nicer. It's genuinely a really, really nice drink. Bally something it's called. Yeah, have a look out for it. If you ever go down to Aldi, definitely worth a try. Ross says, of course she's on Sambuca. I will be until I become a top fan. Oh dear. Okay, your next question then. Question number, where are we? Question number 10. What is the name of the lead singer of Simply Red? What is the name of the lead singer of Simply Red? Oh, Linda says, cider, Southern Comfort, white wine are all on my banned bad experience list. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love white wine and Southern Comfort. But yeah, cider and aniseed for me. Tapaline is water? Never heard of it. Tesco's Baileys is good too, is it? Okay, cool. Oh, Claire says her brother makes his own Baileys. Yeah, we've been tempted to try it ourselves. We've seen recipes for it, how to make it. Yeah, that's cool. Ballycastle, Paul's got it. That's it. Ballycastle, very nice. As far as affordable drinking goes, that's a good way of doing it. Right, your next question then, question 11. Lee Ryan, Anthony Costa, Duncan James and Simon Webb are members of which chart-topping band? Lee Ryan, Anthony Costa, Duncan James and Simon Webb are members of which chart-topping band? Where's your next question? Yes, Vanessa says it as well, Ballycastle. Bailey's is a poor white Russian, Bill says. Well, next time you get the opportunity, Bill, you make me one of your white Russians and then I'll be the judge of that. White wine and Southern Comfort is an odd mix. Ed says, sorry I'm late, sir. That's okay, Ed. Welcome to Maisie and Willow. Hope you're all well. No problem. Oh, amaretto, a bit too easy to drink, is it, June? Yeah, I don't know if I've ever tried it. Pete's just delivered a Peroni for you, Jenny. That's lovely. Yeah, I like Peroni too. All right, question 12 then. Question 12. Which Red bands had UK hit singles with Love Roller Coaster, Cotton Eye Joe and Sing Up for the Champions? Which Red bands had hit UK singles with Love Roller Coaster, Cotton Eye Joe and Sing Up for the Champions? 1 point for each, 3 different Red bands. All right, 3 more questions left in this round. Oh, amaretto with Jack Daniels is lovely, Nicholas says. Nice with Coke as well, yeah. June as well says there. I don't mind Jack Daniels with Coke. Southern Comfort, you don't have with Coke. Southern Comfort with lemonade, that's a really nice summer drink. We should do that again, actually. Southern Comfort with lemonade is a really nice drink for the summer. Yeah, Jack Daniels with Coke or Jim Beam for me. Question 13. Meg and Jack White formed which garage rock band in 1997? Meg and Jack White formed which garage rock band in 1997? Yeah, I did a big shop the other day, and I was going to get Southern Comfort, but then I noticed that Honey Jack Daniels for the big bottle was down to £16 again. This time, yeah, in Sainsbury's. So I had to get that instead because that is nectar. Amazing stuff. I've spoken about that before. But yeah, that is an absolute favourite for both my wife and I. Honey Jack Daniels. Just have like a shot or 2 shots of that. Sip it. Amazing. Keep you going, that will. Lovely. All right, question 14 now. Question 14. Ian Gillan has sung lead vocals with which 2 colourful bands? Ian Gillan has sung lead vocals with which 2 colourful bands? 1 point for each there. And I'm presuming Sarah's keeping scores for me and adding these up. The next question, question 15, is for 3 points. You sense a booze round, Paul says. Yeah, well, we've done... I have got booze rounds. Have I done one before in here? Can anybody that's been attending these for pretty much all of them remind me? I mean, I do keep track. If I find my booze rounds, I write down on the rounds I do, I always put a note to say when I've hosted it on these quizzes so I don't ever duplicate them because I will forget. But if you don't remember me doing a booze specific round, then I will do one at some point. I've definitely got some. Tracy says, still on the grapefruit juice, you don't realise how much everybody talks about alcohol till you're not having any. Oh, yes, you mentioned at the last quiz, Tracy, didn't you? Oh, it's so brave. You're almost there. If you're only doing May, you're almost there, and we'll have a big celebration when you get through it. You'll feel great for it. I'm sure you will. Yeah, food and drink, but not a booze round, people are saying, yeah. James, the last question was, Ian Gillan has sung lead vocals with which 2 colourful bands? 1 point for each. Yeah, food and drink is something that was requested by top fans, or food and then drink as a separate round rather than both together. So, yeah. Thanks to those of you who said that. A booze pitch around, that's it, Jason. You're right. We had the booze pitch around as a handout round once. Yeah, that's what I've done. So, yeah, all right. At some point we will do, yeah. Enough top fans in the comments here have been saying that they would like that too, so we can take that as a recommendation. That's fine. Sarah has some computer issues. Oh no. All right. Well, that's okay. I haven't done 15 yet. No, I just repeated 14 because I was going to chat about the comments I was getting in there, Jack. Question 15 then for 3 points. This is the final question in this round, and do let me know if you want any others repeated as I've done this. Question 15. Yellow, Yellow Pearl, and Yellow River were UK hits for which 3 acts? Yellow, Yellow Pearl, and Yellow River were UK hits for which 3 acts? Okay. Right, out of 23, Jason says. Thanks for that, Jace. Blimmin' top fans, Jenny. Oh dear. You'll get there, don't worry. Okay, question 13. Meg and Jack White formed which garage rock band in 1997? Meg and Jack White formed which garage rock band in 1997? And can I repeat question 12 I've been asked to, and question 15? Okay, question 12 was which Red bands had UK hit singles with Love Roller Coaster, Cotton Eye Joe, and Sing Up for the Champions? 1 point for each. Question 15 for Honey is Yellow, Yellow Pearl, and Yellow River were UK hits for which 3 acts? 1 point for each. 6, 12 and 1 Maddie's asked for, and Gary's also asked for number 1, so let's do that first. Question 1 was Billy Joe Armstrong is the singer in which colourful band? Okay, going by Jack's comment, I'll just keep reading. Question 2, Moves Like Jagger and Payphone were UK hits for which outfit? Question 3, which 2 actors were the original Blues Brothers on film? Question 4, which South African band came to the world's attention after recording the album Graceland with Paul Simon? Question 5, which colourful band said Don't Fear the Reaper in the 1970s? Question 6, which 3 black bands had UK hits with Ride on Time, Agadoo and Paranoid? 1 point for each again there, 3 different bands, all with black in their name. Question 10 was what is the name of the lead singer of Simply Red? 14 again was Ian Gillan has sung lead vocals with which two colourful bands? 1 point for each there as well. So that's all the questions for round one. I will go through the answers in just a moment, as long as there's nobody else who wants repeats, and then we'll just move on to round number two once we've seen your team scores. Round number two, by the way, is 1970s trivia. This span off of the idea that Pete, Jenny and Pete both watching now, Pete wanted 1960s trivia. We did that a couple of weeks back. Now I've written a 1970s trivia one, and I think last week we did, was it 80s? We did 80s and 90s we've done in picture round or in question rounds. So we're going to do 1970s trivia next. I'm particularly proud of this round, I have to say, because I did write this one myself. So if it's wrong, you can blame me. It shouldn't be, though. All right, question 11 for Leah and 14 again. So question 11 was Lee Ryan, Anthony Costa, Duncan James and Simon Webb are members of which chart-topping band? Yeah, I know, honestly, it's a good round. I was worried that I wouldn't find much to say about it too, but trust me, it's an interesting one. Yeah, I had to make it interesting for the younger people, you know, like me, who weren't alive in the 70s either. June, I did 60s. You were there for it, I'm sure you were. I'll send it to you. If you get Messenger working, I can send it to you. You can have a read through without the answers on it if you want. I don't mind doing that. I'm sure you were there for it. All right, so question 14, I'll repeat once more. Ian Gillan has sung lead vocals with which two colourful bands? 1 point for each. Now we'll do the answers, everybody. So, question 1 in our Colours in Pop round. Billie Joe Armstrong is the singer in which colourful band? It was Green Day. 14, is there two answers? Yes, two answers. Two colourful bands Ian Gillan has sung for. So yeah, the answer to question 1 was Green Day. Question 2, Moves Like Jagger and Payphone were UK hits for which outfit? It is Maroon 5. Question 3, which two actors were the original Blues Brothers on film? John Belushi for 1 point and Dan Aykroyd for 2. Question 4, which South African band came to the world's attention after recording the album Graceland with Paul Simon? They are Ladysmith Black Mambazo. Question 5, which colourful band said Don't Fear the Reaper in the 1970s? It is the Blue Oyster Cult. Question 6, which three black bands had UK hits with Ride on Time, Agadoo and Paranoid? Ride on Time is by Black Box, Agadoo is by Black Lace and Paranoid is by Black Sabbath. Just looking at some of those comments. Okay. Question 7. Which colourful singer joined Christina Aguilera and others on a Lady Marmalade cover? Pink. The artist called Pink. Question 8. Which colourful song was a chart topper for New Order in 1980s? That was Blue Monday. Question 9. Which Jim Lowe song was a hit for Shakin' Stevens in 1981? Green Door. Question 10, what's the name of the lead singer in Simply Red? Mick Hucknall. Question 11, Lee Ryan, Anthony Costa, Duncan James and Simon Webb were members of Blue. Question 12, which Red bands had UK hit singles with Love Roller Coaster, Cotton Eye Joe and Sing Up for the Champions? Love Roller Coaster was a hit by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Cotton Eye Joe was a hit from Rednecks. And Sing Up for the Champions by Reds United. Rod's got it. More cowbell. Yeah, Don't Fear the Reaper. There's an amazing Saturday Night Live sketch that Will Ferrell was in, and I want to say Christopher Walken as well. Yeah, look that up. Don't Fear the Reaper, Saturday Night Live. It's hilarious. More cowbell, absolutely. Okay, where do we get to? Question 13. Meg and Jack White formed which garage rock band in 1997? That was the White Stripes. Question 14. Ian Gillan has sung lead vocals with which two colourful bands in his career to date? They are Deep Purple and Black Sabbath. And question 15. Yellow, Yellow Pearl and Yellow River were UK hits for which three acts? Coldplay sang Yellow, Phil Lynott sang Yellow Pearl and Christie sang Yellow River. Never have enough cowbell. Quite right. So tally up your scores and put your team scores in the comments, and let's see how well you did on that round. You don't have to, of course. Owen says, I have a preferable answer for number 10. Can't stand that, man. Number 10. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, well, you knew who it was. You can give yourself a point anyway. That's your opinion, that's fine. Number 1 again was Green Day, the answer to number 1. And the answer to number 2 was Maroon 5. Okay. Chris, I'm glad you like it. That was one for you. Glad you liked it. So, Enemy have gone... Oh, hang on. The scores always scroll by super duper fast, so I need to scroll back up. So, Enemy have got 14, 22 for Quizdle Maze, 18 for Monty's Minions, 21 for Cell Marketeers, Socially Distant, 17, 19 for Team Bath, 19 for Blackpool Bar Stewards, 20 points for You Could Have Won a St Bernard, 10 points for Vanessa. Kings and Queens have got 17, more than we expected. Is that, 17 more than you expected because you thought you'd get 0? Or just more in general? 11 for the Trampoliners. Freddy's Ficcos have got 21. A woeful 7. Matthew, never mind, mate. Love that round, Tracy says. 18 points. Barking Dogs. What have you got, Bill? 16 points, Honey says. Well done. Carol's got 19 points. 8 for Just Ronnie. Really hard quizzes on Thursday for some reason. How can it be really hard always on a Thursday? I mix it up. Gemma Crew, 17 points. 18 points for Two Amigos. And 16 points for the Real Team 5. 20 points for the Inquisitors. A proud 13 for me on my own and coming in at question 11. Yeah, it's a good job I had to repeat most of the round, Ed, isn't it? Cool Cats and Kittens with 18 points. Good score. James on my own, 17 points. 20 points for Vernia for half a dozen. -2, I think she said tonight. Total rubbish, Liz says. Well, I am 74. Terrible, 5. Need Shirley for music. Oh, June, yeah, you've talked about her before, yeah. Oxford and Phoenix Collective have got 20. 18 from the Mighty Yellows. Wow, well done, Gary. Shocking as we thought. 9 points, Selena says. Never mind, it's the taking part that counts. It absolutely is just the taking part that counts. Unless you're Roz, in which case being a top fan is all that counts. 14 for Cross Atlantic. Barking Dogs a shameful 11. I did expect more. In fairness, though, there were quite a few more, well, not more modern, but yeah, no, Bill, you're right. I thought you'd have done better, but never mind, you took part. Back in Black, 23 out of 23. Good one. 18 points for Let's Get Quizzical. Real Friends, 18 points. Doom Radley's 21 points. 19 for Harperoids. G-Force, 17 points. 21 points for Thunderhorse. 17 for Honey. 10 for Vanessa. 21 again, Doom Radley's. 18 for Quarantinis. 18 points for Angry Bucket of French Frogs. Ibui's got 16 points. 20 for Inquisitors. I'm sure some of these I read again. Some of these I read again. Courtney's got 18 points. More rounds like that, please, Eric says. Good, yeah, we'll do more like that. King Quizzard and the Quizzard, 16 points. Good team name. 18 points. No, I've read those. I have read those. Jack says, I've got no general knowledge in my head. Okay, all right. Rubbish. Anna says, late here in CA. That's okay, Robin. It's just the first round you missed. It was the Colours in Pop round, but don't worry. We're moving on now to another top fan requested round, or spin-off of that top fan requested round, I guess, but hopefully just as much appreciated. Round number 2 is a 1970s trivia round. So these are trivia about the biggest things that happened in the 70s, with a particular focus on movies and songs. To be honest, in fact, yeah, most of them are about that. Not all of them, but most of them. And like I said, I really like this round. I was quite pleased putting it together. The different trivia nuggets I was finding. So I hope you like it. James says you enjoyed that round too. Great, thank you. That's good to know. As always, you are. They're only easy if you know the answer, you know. But I'm glad you liked it. 23 out of 23 for Team Keep Calm. You're having a laugh. Did you really, James? That's amazing. Great job. You tied. We won't do a tiebreaker, but you did tie with Back in Black on that one then. So let's get on then with the second round. And just as I read out the first question, I'm going to remind you of the link for donating to Secret Santa 365. Every day's a giving day. Supporting lots of people across the county who need it most. Ed says, can I have some handicap points for not being born? You know when we do history rounds, right, and people still get points even though it all happened like hundreds of years ago in most of the questions I read out? Nobody says they weren't born then, so they don't know the answer. Do they? Say hello to my wife, by the way, out there. Sorry, Ed. No bonus points. Not being born is not an excuse you can have for a quiz, no matter what people say. Anyway, there's the link. Please do donate. And Liz says, I had my 2 daughters in the 70s. Weird, I can't share this link. Oh. You can't share the link or you can't see the link? Let me just check that link works. I might have to send the one before again. Hold on. Right, let me send this link instead. Click on that one. I've just taken off the donate line from it to see if you can get to the page before that. Can everybody who is on a separate device or is able to on a separate device have a look at the link I've just shared instead of the previous one, because it should take you to the page where you can click to donate. Hello, Chris Wifey. Chrissy, her name is. Yeah, or Mrs. Whitehead, that's fine. Yeah, she'll pick up on these messages in a bit. She was watching. Right, so let's get on with the next round then. Hopefully that link works though. It will be in the description at the end, so you can always do this afterwards. You can always donate afterwards. Oh, you can't share the show. Oh, how annoying. I don't know why you can't do that. It's publicly available. Yeah, this link, I think I made this mistake before. So in terms of donating, the link I've just shared again now. On a Yeasty Boys now, 6.9%, Jace. That is Looney Soup, yeah. Anyway, you've got the link there. Don't worry if you can't share the video. Let's just enjoy the quiz. Okay, let's get on with it. Question number 1 in our 1970s trivia round. Which member of the Supremes departed to start her solo career in 1970? Which member of the Supremes departed to start her solo career in 1970? Oh, it's okay, Robin. I like to think that's a relatively easy question to start with. As long as you've heard of the Supremes, you'll probably get that one right. Question number 2. On the 15th of December 1970, Venera 7 became the first probe ever to land on which planet and transmit data back to Earth? On the 15th of December 1970, Venera 7 became the first probe ever to land on which planet and transmit data back to Earth? Yeah. There's always going to be a couple of questions that should be really easy for most people. Yeah. She did walk by again, didn't she? Question number 3 then. Question 3. Which rock icon married Bianca Rosa Perez Mora in Saint-Tropez in 1971? Which rock icon married Bianca Rosa Perez Mora in Saint-Tropez 1971? Oh, and it's Chrissy with a Y, but don't worry, I won't tell her. I don't know. I think she's back in the comments. Yeah, she is. Yeah. You're busted. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Your next question then. Question number 4. After announcing their decision to split as a band in 1970, the Beatles released which of their albums as their last? After announcing their decision to split as a band in 1970, the Beatles released which of their albums as their last? Thank you, Owen. Okay, let's move on. Question number 5 now. Question 5. In 1971, we saw the release of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory on film. But who played Willy Wonka in this version? 1971 saw the release of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory on film. But who played Willy Wonka in this version? Yes, Linda, do you know what? Fun fact, my mum also spells her name Linda with a Y, and she used to get it and probably still does get it misspelled all the time too. So yeah, know that. Know how it feels. People tend to do that though, don't they? No matter how well they know somebody, they'll make that mistake. My daughter every year gets cards with her name spelt wrong on it, even from some family. But hey, at least they remember the birthday. That's all that matters. We don't mind. We just we just let it slide. It's fine. All right. Question number 6. The cinema classic The Godfather made its big screen debut in 1971, but who directed it? The cinema classic The Godfather made its big screen debut in 1971, but who directed it? Oh, poor honey. Your name's been spelled as horny? Oh, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Oh dear. Okay, question number 7 now. Question 7. In 1973, who became the first solo entertainer to hold a concert broadcast around the world live via satellite? I'll give you a clue. It was called Aloha from Hawaii. In 1973, who became the first solo entertainer to hold a concert broadcast around the world live via satellite? And it was called Aloha from Hawaii. Name the entertainer that had that holds that record, or had that record. And it was watched by more people than the moon landing at the time. Very, very big, popular event. Oh yes, June. I can imagine that's a name even I would forget to spell wrong as well, even though I know it's spelt like that. Yeah. I get auto-corrected to Amy or Amen on the regular. Yeah, Amy. I wondered as well, seeing the EY on your name. Lorna says, I've been cutting a lady's hair for years and she's always called me Laura. I've given up correcting her. Brilliant. Okay, where are we now? Question number 8. Question 8. In September 1972, a comedy TV series launched that was a spin-off from which war movie? In September 1972, a comedy TV series launched that was a spin-off from which war movie? More like a TV remake, really, but it was based off of the movie. Just, yeah, came from that, just with a new cast, effectively. And better. I can say that because I've watched both. It even says Lorna on your tip box too. Oh dear. Attio. Linda Attio. Rhymes with patio. That makes sense. People always spell my name wrong as well, Selena says, but don't seem to struggle with my surname. Oh, bless. I didn't think I struggled to get Selena wrong. Somebody said that was their name and I had to write it down. I don't know how would you misspell that? With an E instead of an I, maybe. Or with a double L, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. My niece is called... Oh, I'm not even going to try with that one, Vanessa. All right, I'm sure you can put it phonetically if you wanted to in the comments. Question number 9 now. Question number 9. This is for 2 points. In 1971, Led Zeppelin released their 4th album, which featured the classic song Stairway to Heaven. What was the title of the album, and what did it become known as? For 2 points. In 1971, Led Zeppelin released their 4th album, which featured the classic song Stairway to Heaven. What was the title of the album, and what did it become known as? Tegan says, people got my mum's name, Michaela, and mine wrong all the time. They add extra E's and A's to mine. An extra E to Michaela and an extra A to Tegan. Really? Selena. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Jack says I should behave. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, right, your next question then. Question number 10. Oh, my favourite subject. Released in 1977, how many Oscar nominations did the first Star Wars movie receive at the 1978 ceremony, and how many did it win? So for 2 points there. Oh, Vanessa says it's pronounced Neve. Yeah, I got a feeling I knew that. I once got called Gabrilla on a membership card for my tennis club. Gabrilla? Oh dear. Okay, just to repeat that for you then. Question 10 once more. Released in 1977, how many Oscar nominations did the first Star Wars movie receive at the 1978 ceremony? For 1 point. And then how many of those did it win? For 2 points in total. Oh dear. Sounds like my daughter's still awake. I'm not going to bed. Oh dear. She just wants to come down and see what's going on here, I think. Alright, your next question then. Question 11. The Thriller in Manila took place in 1975, but who fought whom in this legendary boxing match? 1 point for each. The Thriller in Manila took place in 1975, but who fought whom in this legendary boxing match? How old is my daughter? She's 8. My son is 6 and he's fast asleep. My daughter is 8 and she has not been getting to sleep on time for the past week. She does eventually and then she sleeps all the way through, but no, Vanessa, it's a school night. They do get to stay up sometimes, but not on school nights. Yeah, still light outside, yeah. Absolutely, June. Amy says her surname's fun too. People get to the FUCC bit and don't know what to do. Alright, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to say Mafucci. Mafucci, is that right? Question number 12 now. Question 12. In 1976, for his 10th studio album, which iconic solo artist revealed his Thin White Duke alter ego? In 1976, for his 10th studio album, Which iconic solo artist revealed his Thin White Duke alter ego? Ah, good. Thanks, Amy. Glad I got that one right. No school night until the 31st of May. No school nights after that, really, either, but they do still do school. So, yeah, we are treating it the same way. Also, we never get time to ourselves if they don't go to bed at a normal time, right? Can't let them get out of their routine. Give them a treat every now and then, sure, but yeah, my children are not going back to school in June, and I don't think they'll be going back in September either at this rate. Carol says you think your surname's fun. Oh, bless. Oh, we've had a laugh today. Oh, there you go. There's my wife. That was the classic I'm not tired while stood yawning her head off. Yep, I thought so. Linda's got to go back to school. Oh no, Linda, are you a teacher? That's not good. They shouldn't be sending teachers back to school either yet. It's a classic thing, though, isn't it? Everybody's being told to do this. If they have to, they can send their kids back to school. But when's Eton reopening? When are those big expensive schools reopening? At the same time? No. I do try. Thanks, Paul. All right. So let's do the next question. Question number 13, released in 1974. What was Stephen King's first novel? Released in 1974, what was Stephen King's first novel? Yeah, June, absolutely. Although, to be honest, I still think September's a more realistic answer, but at least you could say that for now to prepare for it, and then see how it goes, and then change it if you have to. Louise says, my surname has also had some odd-sounding names. Caridia. Yeah, Louise? Is that right? Anna says, my son already is, as we are both key workers, daughter working at home. Yeah, it's tough for some. I recognise that. I hope they stay safe. That's all we can do. Yeah, I know, Jack. Yeah, that Southend Beach thing is mad. Would it not be easier to write the school year off and start again when you can, but in the same year you started in 2019? Yeah, I don't think kids are actually going to be going back behind. They haven't missed that much school, and most are being homeschooled. And if they're not, they can get the extra help if they need it. They can catch up if they need to, but they're also getting other life experiences too. Most of them, there's going to be some that are less fortunate. There always are, no matter what the situation is. But I mean, realistically speaking, they're getting a lot more life experiences now than they would do at school, and they're doing it in a safe environment. Most of them. Always some exceptions to that, but still. Question 14. Signalling a departure from his earlier Motown work to a more pop-centric approach, which artist released his album titled Off the Wall in 1979? Signalling a departure from his earlier Motown work to a more pop-centric approach, which artist released his album titled Off the Wall in 1979? Matthew says, I just want glasses that don't fog up. Taking blood can be tricky then. Oh my goodness me. In Arizona, our school year ended already. This is when it ends, pandemic or not. So the kids here really only had April and some of May at home. Yeah. So they haven't missed much either. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I don't think the kids here are going to be missing out on much. They're not going to be that far behind. Generally. I've got to be careful what I say, because I don't want to offend anybody and put them off coming back. Because I like to think we're all a nice community here, right? But at the same time, we should be able to talk about these things as grown-ups. All right, the last question then. This is going to be the difference maker, because I think I made this round, as much as I like this round, I think I've made this round a little bit too easy for some. This one, though, I'm hoping will separate out those who know and those who really know this trivia. Question 15. Name the 6 songs from the movie musical soundtrack of Grease that charted in the UK and the USA. It's the same 6 songs, so I can say that for both. Name the 6 songs, 1 point for each, from the movie musical soundtrack of Grease to chart in the UK and the USA. What's Buzz holding? It's a crocheted lightsaber that my wife made. It's a red crocheted lightsaber. There is something new back here, by the way. Spot the difference. Owen says, if you don't talk, then things never change. Exactly, yeah. Bill says, I bunked off most of my school years and look at me. Yeah, Bill, look at you. I kid. You're a legend, mate. June says, went to forces schools, always managed to catch up. Yeah, absolutely. It is neat, yeah. Yeah, honestly, I could spend all day talking about the fun stuff that my wife makes crocheting. I'm not just saying that because she's listening in. I could. It amazes me. I don't understand how she does it. There's the minion there. That's a minion that she made as well. I don't want to touch anything over there, though, because it'll all fall over. They're all leaning against each other to stay on the shelf. Or the windowsill, rather. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. Yes, Lorna. And people are also entitled to be so offended that they wouldn't come back to my quiz nights. Not that I think I would ever push it that far. But, you know, I've got to be careful still. Okay, so you've had a bit of time there to think about those Grease songs. Do you need any questions repeated before I go through the answers? I've waffled on a lot tonight. Let me know what repeats you want now while I get another beer. Oh. Number 8. Let's get the microphone back on. Okay. Amy says, I'm a knitter. My husband calls it witchcraft. How can you make a single thread and make a sweat? Yeah, exactly. Amy, it's exactly it. Same thing. Same principle. Right, so here's some repeats then. Start at the top then. Question 4. After announcing their decision to split as a band in 1970, the Beatles released which of their albums as their last? Question 5. In 1971, we saw the release of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory on film, but who played Willy Wonka in this version? Question 8. In September 1972, a comedy TV series launched that was a spin-off from which war movie? Or a remake, if you will, of which war movie in TV show format? Question 9 was, in 1971, Led Zeppelin released their 4th album, which featured the classic song Stairway to Heaven. What was the title of the album, but then what did it become known as? For 2 points. Question 10, released in 1977, how many Oscar nominations did the first Star Wars movie receive at the 1978 ceremony, and how many of those did it win? And question 11, the thriller in Manila took place in 1975, but who fought whom in this legendary boxing match? 1 point for each there too. Ah, Chippy's there. Evening, mate. Thanks to all the Team Thunderhorse for keeping our team alive tonight. Welcome, mate. Ah, Vanessa's on the Bournemouth now. James says, I like your waffle. It's entertaining. Good, good. I'm glad some of you do. It's out of 21 points, by the way, this round. Thank you to Jason for keeping track tonight. Number 2, Sarah. I can do that for you. Number 2 was on the 15th of December 1970. Venera 7 became the first probe ever to land on which planet and transmit data back to Earth? Name the planet. Number 9 was the Led Zeppelin one. What was the name of their 4th album and what did it become known as? Yeah, Tracy, the remake was pants. You know the annoying thing though, for me, I'm a big fan of Roald Dahl. I grew up on his stories, but apparently he would have hated the original movie made in 1971, and there are those that believe that he would have preferred the Johnny Depp version, and that makes me really sad because I really do like the original. So yeah, I'm with you there. The waffle gives me chance to have a wee. Chris, good. Although I'd prefer you join the conversation, but that's fine. That's important too. Love listening to your chat. Thank you. Is 15 a trick question? No, it's not. 6 songs from Grease were released as singles following the success of the movie, and they made it into the charts, the UK charts and the USA charts. So name them for 1 point each. Not a trick question. Yes, way, Tracy. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't know why you wouldn't have liked it. I think the character of Willy Wonka was too different in the film to in the book. 9 and 10 Luke's asked for. So yeah, 9 again is in 1971. Led Zeppelin released their 4th album, which featured the classic song Stairway to Heaven. What was the title of the album? And then what did it become known as? And 11, did I say there? I think it was 11. Question 11, The Thriller in Manila. Thriller in Manila took place in 1975, but who fought whom? 1 point for each. Keith, they might have been... I didn't say all the songs were hits in the 70s. The film was released in the 70s, so... It's entirely possible one of the songs was a hit in the 80s, but that's not what I'm asking. The movie was released then. Vanessa says, I went into another quiz on a Tuesday, and the 2 lads doing it, OMG, they were diabolic. Oh, bless. That's good to hear, though, because it means that you like what I'm doing here and you always come back. That's great. Peter has just said he's never watched Grease. What? Jenny, sort this out, please. How can you not have ever seen Grease? June says this is the best one I've found too. Oh, bless you. Thank you, June. That's lovely. I saw some really nice comments in the recent posts I've been making as well, where some of you have been saying similar. It really means a lot. It's always nice to know what you're doing is justified. So yeah, really appreciate that. Diabolical, yeah, Vanessa. I might drop into 1 or 2 of these other quizzes that people are doing on other days one time and just have a look and see what they're doing. Oh, and I know, yeah. Right, let's do the answers then. Question 1. Which member of the Supremes departed to start her solo career in 1970? That was Diana Ross. Diana Ross and the Supremes. Question 2. The planet that Venera 7 landed on and transmitted data back to Earth from was Venus. Oh, thanks, Bill. And yet, Pete, you think you got all 6 right? Let's find out very soon. Yeah, exactly, June. Exactly. Like, who hasn't seen Dirty Dancing? Oh. Mags says, I missed last Thursday and Sunday. Oh, Mags. Well, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. Eric only watched Grease for the first time last year and he's in his 50s. Wow. It's a good film. All right, question 3. Which rock icon married Bianca Rosa Perez Mora in Saint-Tropez 1971? Mick Jagger. Question 4. After announcing their decision to split as a band in 1970, the Beatles released which of their albums as their last? Let It Be. Let It Be was the album. In 1971, Willy Wonka in a Chocolate Factory was released on film, and it was Gene Wilder who played him. Question 6. The Godfather made its debut in 1971. It was directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Francis Ford Coppola. Question 7. In 1973, the first solo entertainer to hold a concert broadcast around the world via satellite, called Aloha from Hawaii, was Elvis Presley. Franco says he's never seen Jurassic Park. Pete, you haven't seen Dirty Dancing either? What? Chris hasn't seen any Star Wars? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, if you ever get round to watching those films, talk to me first and I will tell you the correct order to watch them in. Because there's a lot of them now, and I know a thing or two about Star Wars, so yeah, get in touch when you do fancy watching them, because it's worth it. Not seen Grease or Dirty Dancing. Luke, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed to hear that. Okay, next answers. In September 1972, for question 8, the comedy TV series launched that was a spin-off from which war movie? It was MASH. There was a movie called MASH, then they made a TV series called MASH. The TV series was better, don't bother watching the movie. The TV series was brilliant. Okay, question 9. In 1971, Led Zeppelin released their 4th album, which featured the classic song Stairway to Heaven. What was the album called and what did it later become known as? The reason I worded it like that is because, for one point, the album was called nothing. It was untitled. And it became known, for another point, as Led Zeppelin 4. Or rather, the album became known as 4 in Roman numerals, IV. And that was it. So yeah, untitled. It didn't have a title for one point. A little bit of a trick question, I guess. And then 4 for another point. Paul says, I've never seen Elvis. Well, not yet. Pete, you're only making yourself sound worse now, because now you said you haven't seen Top Gun, and I'm starting to wonder whether or not I should still be friends with you. Ghost, Officer and a Gentleman? Oh, my goodness. All right, I'm sure there's a lot of movies I haven't seen that I need to see too, but you're making me sad right now. Okay, question 10. Star Wars, how many Oscars did it receive? Or rather, how many Oscars was it nominated, and then how many did it win? So, at the 1978 Oscars ceremony, Star Wars was nominated for 11 Academy Awards. 11. And it won 8 of them. So 1 point if you put 11, and then a second point if you put 8. Alright, I'm going to ignore the comments just for a moment while I do the rest of these answers, because there's a lot of movies being thrown back and forth and I'll get distracted. Question 11. The thriller in Manila was between Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. Question 12. The 10th studio album from which iconic solo artist revealed the Thin White Duke alter ego. It was David Bowie. I accepted David Bowie, even though it's wrong. Question 13. Released in 1974, what was Stephen King's first novel? It was Carrie. That was also made into a film, which is pretty good, and I think there was a remake of it a few years ago. I haven't seen that, but the original was good. Question 14. Signalling the departure from his Motown work to a more pop-centric approach, which artist released his album titled Off the Wall in 1979? That was Michael Jackson. And question 15, are you ready for this? The 6 songs from Grease, 1 point for each. They charted in the UK and the USA. They were Grease is the word, You're the One That I Want, Summer Nights, Hopelessly Devoted to You, Greased Lightning, and Sandy. Okay, scrolling through those comments. Top Gun was so overrated, Luke. I'm unfriending you. Check some more of those comments. Does anybody want me to repeat any of those? Can you have the first 6 answers, please? The internet crashed. Oh, Karen. Okay. Yes, so question 1 was Diana Ross. Question 2 was Venus. Question 3, Mick Jagger. Question 4, Let It Be. Question 5, Gene Wilder. And question 6 was Francis Ford Coppola. Pete, you got all 6 right. Goodness me. Well, you still need to see the film. Star Wars won 7 Oscars and was nominated for 11. I looked it up today. It had 8. That's strange. Grease, Dirty Dancing, Top Gun are like a rite of passage. Yes, absolutely. The one time I've got 6 points for the last question, I knew it's strange being born in 92. Right, 21 points for Cell Marketeers, 15 for The Real Team 5, 19 points for Socially Distant. School for Scoundrels, the original, is an amazing film. Oh, okay, I've not heard of that one. 13 points for Robin by myself. That's a good score, don't worry. 14 for Team Keep Calm, 11 for Tegan, 17 for Let's Get Quizzical, only 13 for Team Bath. Good round though. 10 for the Trampoliners. The Shy Ted, 16 points. Junior watched Shallow Grave the other night. Yeah, I've seen that. Wow, a long time ago. Cool Cats and Kittens, 17 points. 19 out of 23 for Back in Black. 11 points for Selena. Well done. On my own, 17 points. Well done, James. 15 for Honey. That's okay. Real Friends, 17 points. 15 for Cross Atlantic. 18 for Ibui. Gemma Crew, 13 points. Quiztal Maze, 16 points. Not too bad. 13. Tracy, well done. Harperoids, 16 points. -1 for what you said about Top Gun, Luke. Inquisitors, 18 points. 18 for Thunderhorse. A respectable 20 for the Blackpool Bar Stewards. It is a respectable score. No problem, Karen, you're welcome. Doom Radley's 19 points. Vanessa's got 5. Freddy's Ficko's 19. NNE 15. GeForce 19. 13 for Just Ronnie. I'm actually really happy with that. I would be. Why do I need to see Grease? I've seen the 6 good bits. Yeah, I mean, if you watch them in order, I suppose. No, seriously, come on. Just watch it once, then you can say you've seen it. Got 16, quite pleased, Liz says. Excellent, well done. 18 points for Inquisitors. Junior's a know-it-all. 20 for half a dozen. Well done, Vernia, and half a dozen. Oxford Phoenix Collective, 17 points. Junior's redeemed herself with 15 points. Well done. Mighty Yellow's 14 this time, and we've never seen a Star Wars or Harry Potter film. Well, you don't have to talk to me about Harry Potter, because I haven't seen any of them either. And what I have seen of them, and what I know about it, is enough to know I'm just not going to bother. Plus, Daniel Radcliffe annoys the hell out of me. Barking Dog's only 13. And we got all the Grease songs right too, Maddie says. Well done. 15 for Quiz Evans as the Human Torch from the Fantastic Four. Oh, that Quiz Evans, okay. 5 points, Vanessa says, boo. You could have won a St. Bernard. 17 points. 11 points, Ed has said there, and not even the dog helping. Oh, dear. Honey says it's okay because we're top fans. 11, and not even the dog helping me. Read that already. 13 for Angry Bucket of Italian Frogs. Sorry, 20 points for Socially Distant. Internet dropping. Did you get Keep Calm score? No, I don't think I did. Put it in anyway. Pete says, haven't seen Harry Potter. No, I haven't. And we haven't been convincing the kids they should see it either. So, yeah. 16, for Quarantinis. Okay, thank you for sharing that, Keith. I must have looked at a different site to you, because you're looking at 7 wins. If you put 7 wins for Star Wars in the Oscars there, then give yourself a point. I don't know which site I was looking at, because it looked very similar to the Google search results you've just shared with me. Okay, go with 7. Go with 7 for now. I'm going to have to see where I got that answer from. But good to know. Thanks for that. Harry Potter, not my cup of tea, June says. Okay, yeah, Team Keep Calm, I've got 14 points. The Potter books are good, though, Aaron says. Yeah, it's not my cup of tea, mate. To be honest. I know everybody borrows ideas from everything, but I would much rather watch and or read Lord of the Rings or Star Wars stuff than Harry Potter. It's really not my thing. Mandatory education, it is not. But if you grew up with it, then fair play to you. I didn't, so hey. Kings and Queens got 16 points. Any more team scores coming in? I think that's about it. Round number 3, another top fan round. Matthew, George Hillis, you put in some requests with some sci-fi kind of themes running through them. You asked for Star Wars, you asked for Star Trek and Blake 7. So I've combined that idea and got a science fiction round for round number 3. And I will remind, of course, about the donation tonight. It is in the chat right now. So Secret Santa 365 They have been putting together, they've been looking after 200 local residents, providing them with the essentials they need through this pandemic because they're too vulnerable to go out to the shops themselves. They've been supporting women in refuge by providing them with the packs of essentials they need as well. Chocolates and sweets for families who are celebrating Eid. Is it Eid? I'm not sure if you pronounce it that way. Is it Eid? Eid. I'm going to say Eid. Local families in the Didcot Abingdon kind of area who all need urgent support as well. So please do donate generously. And yes, Owen, Lord of the Rings is so much better, I'm sure. We did introduce the kids to the extended editions of Lord of the Rings on Blu-ray that we've got. Extended editions over the course of, I think, a week or two. And they absolutely loved it. They were glued to the telly, basically. They loved it. So, yeah, we definitely did that at the right time. Ed, spelling it the same way it's pronounced isn't helping me. Done the donation, Pete says, even though you prefer Tolkien over Rowling. I'm pretty sure I'm in the majority, at least not in the younger generations, maybe. Eid, thank you, Eid. Eid. You know what it is. But they're supporting those families anyway, so that's good to know as well. Please do donate if you can. Lots of vulnerable people needing support through the pandemic. So, round number 3 then, let's crack on because we are overrunning tonight. Question 1. Which sci-fi series involved the character of Sam Beckett leaping into a variety of different people at various points in history? Which sci-fi series involved the character of Sam Beckett leaping into a variety of different people at various points in history? That is question 1 in our sci-fi round. Question number 2. Which author wrote The 3 Laws of Robotics? Which author wrote The 3 Laws of Robotics? Yeah, June says Tolkien every day. Yeah. Question number 3 now for 2 points. Name the 2 future US state governors who appeared in the film Predator. Name the 2 future US state governors who appeared in the film Predator. 1 point for each. Oh, here we go again. Jenny says, question 1, never watched it. Oh dear. You think you know someone. Okay. Question number 4 now. Who is second in command to Captain Jean-Luc Picard on board the Starship Enterprise? Who is second in command to Captain Jean-Luc Picard on board the Starship Enterprise? My wife says, I know that one. I'm pretty sure she knows the first one as well, in fairness. Yeah, the answer to question 1 is one of my favourite shows growing up. I absolutely loved that. Question 5. Which post-apocalyptic 1954 Richard Matheson novel was made into a 2007 film starring Will Smith? The same name as well for the movie and the film. Which post-apocalyptic 1954 Richard Matheson novel was made into a 2007 film starring Will Smith? Oh dear, Pete. Deary me. Get your coat, yeah? Oh, the Tolkien film's worth a watch. Yeah, Jace, I haven't seen that yet. Yeah, we both want to watch that. Question number 6 now. Question 6. Noel Coward caused mass panic in the USA with his broadcast of which novel? Noel Coward caused mass panic in the USA with his broadcast of which novel? Oh no. How old am I? Vanessa's asking. I am going to be 36 in August. No, I'm not joking. People may not spell my name wrong, but they always take the mickey when I say how old I am. Because they don't believe me. Never seen the Will Smith film? It's alright, you're not missing much. It's not very good. Although there is something interesting about it, which I'll mention when I go through the answers. Question number 7 now is for 4 points. Another great show, at least in my opinion. Which actors play Lister, Cat, Rimmer and Crichton in Red Dwarf? Which actors play Lister, Cat, Rimmer and Crichton in Red Dwarf? I do mean the regular actor who plays Crichton. I know there was somebody different in one episode that played him, but the main one who's played him the most for Crichton. Jace, you thought I was 25? No, you didn't. Yeah, Luke knows. Luke knows. August the 2nd. Vanessa, you're 39 in December. I don't know what's shocking about that. Age is just a number. Yeah, Peter, what have you watched exactly? Your dad, Robert says, my dad says Leon is a must-watch. Yeah, it's a cracking film. Lee says you're 62 and Chippy says you look like Treebeard. Not yet. End of the year I will do. I've got to keep growing it till the end of the year. I've only got the Will Smith question so far, Lorna says. Don't worry. All right, question 8. Which sci-fi author founded the Scientology religion? Which sci-fi author founded the Scientology religion? You just lost all sound? What a nuisance. That's a problem. Peter, hang on, let me check that actually. I thought that as I read it out, because this wasn't around that I wrote as you know. I'm just checking something else. Okay. I don't know where he would have got that name from. Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah, I'm going to go back and make an amendment there. Pete, you've correctly spotted that little mistake. Let me go back and amend that. For question... where are we now? Question number 6. Orson Welles caused mass panic. Orson Welles caused mass panic in the USA with his radio broadcast of which novel? That's what you want for that one. I'll do repeats at the end, all the others though. Question 9. According to the movie tagline, who was the only kid ever to get into trouble before he was born? According to the movie tagline, who was the only kid ever to get into trouble before he was born? Name the kid that is being referred to, please. Obviously the character name. Yeah, just remind me what repeats you need at the end. Thank you. Oh, Chippy, thanks, mate. I do try. Jace, you're 50 next month? Okay, no, that I don't believe. I knew you were a bit older than you looked, but I did not realise that, mate. Fair play, though. Hope you have a good one. Does it fall on a quiz night? That'd be fun if it does. I'm sure you'll be too drunk to bother about coming here, though. Oh, somebody else had a birthday recently as well. Yeah, Junior's saying she was 40 on Monday as well. Oh, happy birthday for Monday. You just noticed Peter's no longer a top fan. No, as long as you've got the top fan badge once, that's all that matters. You can get it back. He obviously hasn't been liking and sharing enough to get it back, but as long as you've earned it once. Question 10. On film, What was special about the 29th of October 1997? On film, what was special about the 29th of October 1997? All right, question number 11 now. Question 11. Bruce Willis played cab driver Corbin Dallas, oil driller Harry Stamper, and convict James Cole in which sci-fi films? Bruce Willis played cab driver Corbin Dallas, oil driller Harry Stamper, and convict James Cole in which sci-fi films? 1 point for each. Oh yeah, Jace, you said. I remember now. Yeah, Kiss were going to headline Download. Yeah, it was an extension of their End of the World tour. God, I'm glad. I hate to rub it in, but I'm glad I saw them when we did. Been devastated if they'd had to cancel it now. Okay, no worries, Vanessa. See you later. Right, your next question in question 12. What was the title of the Mel Brooks Star Wars parody film? For question 12, what was the title of the Mel Brooks Star Wars parody film? Yeah, we'll be back on Sunday. Start a bit earlier on Sunday. Don't need to wait. Less waffling, I think, on Sunday. So what was the title of the Mel Brooks Star Wars parody film for number 12? All right, your next question then. When the page wants to refresh itself. Okay. Question 13. Who has made the most appearances in the Marvel Cinematic Universe films? Who has made the most appearances in the Marvel Cinematic Universe films? Yeah, I did. Thanks, Jace. Yeah, I got the t-shirt and everything, Tracy. Did you get to see them at all? The End of the Road tour was amazing. Actor, Tegan. Which actor has made the most appearances in the MCU movies? All right, your next question then. Question 14. I think also this is the first time in all the years of quizzing I have involved Blake 7 as a subject for a question. Sort of. So question 14. Which actor playing the Doctor wanted a crossover episode of Blake 7 with his own in Doctor Who? I love this trivia, by the way. If I do say so myself. Which actor playing the Doctor wanted a crossover episode with Blake 7 with his own in Doctor Who? Name the actor who was playing the Doctor that wanted that crossover with Blake 7. I mean, I never watched Blake 7, to be honest. I was introduced to a lot of classic Doctor Who and obviously Star Wars growing up. and a lot of other sci-fi stuff, but I don't remember watching any Blake 7. But the thought of there being somebody who wanted a crossover back then in that way, I mean, it would get made instantly today. It would get made today, but back then they didn't like it. Yeah, well, Jace, now you've got age on your side, you see, so you have more opportunities to see them. So fair enough. Yeah, they were fantastic though when I did see them. Matt's cheering about the Blake 7 question, but does he know the answer? Does he know the answer? It's technically more Doctor Who, really, but it's yeah, it does include Blake 7. Blake 7 was filmed at Rutherford Lab. Really? I might have to watch it, you know. I'm sure we can get it somewhere. Yeah, Netflix will buy the rights, sure. They'll do a new version of it. I'll watch it then as well. I do love my sci-fi in general. Oh, you saw them at Newcastle, Tracy? It really was, wasn't it? Yeah, we went to Birmingham. We went to the Birmingham one. It was amazing. Oh, I could talk about that all night. Right, question 15, the last question. Which authors wrote Dune 1984 and Fahrenheit 451? 1 point for each. Which authors wrote Dune, D-U-N-E, 1984 and Fahrenheit 451? Let me know if you need questions repeated. Doctor Who was filmed at Harwell. Classic Who, I imagine. Matty says, Blake 7, I've got the boxed set of funds. Funds? Did you mean? You've got a box set of them. Are they all on? Can you get them? They must be on demand. You must be able to stream it somewhere, surely. Yeah, Owen, I know, right? Who'd have thunk it? Can I repeat question 11? Yes, I can. Question 11 was Bruce Willis played cab driver Corbin Dallas, oil driller Harry Stamper, and convict James Cole in which sci-fi films? 1 point for each. Oh, Ed. 10 and 14. Okay, so on film for question 10, what was special about the 29th of October 1997? 14. Which actor playing the Doctor wanted a crossover episode of Blake 7 with his own in Doctor Who? 11 I've done. 15 again. Which authors wrote Dune, D-U-N-E, that is, 1984 and Fahrenheit 451? Okay, 3, 4 and 5. Question 3, name the 2 future US state governors who appeared on the film Predator. 1 point for each. Question 4, who was second in command to Captain Jean-Luc Picard on board the Starship Enterprise? And question 5, which post-apocalyptic 1954 Richard Matheson novel was made into a 2007 film starring Will Smith? Question 9, according to the movie tagline, who was the only kid ever to get in trouble before he was born? Yeah, I don't know. I think, would Kiss have got anywhere without the makeup? I don't think they would have been as big. I think the makeup drew people in, and then they stayed for the music. There's a lot of people who would just love the music anyway, sure, but that definitely would have caught people's eye. And then, of course, they took all the makeup off and did some, and then they put it all back on again for later in the career, like they did for this tour. But what a way to go. I mean, wow. I'm waiting for that. When that gig comes out on Blu-ray, which they know they're going to do, when it comes out in 4K Blu-ray or whatever it comes out format-wise, I'm going to own it, and I'm going to watch it a lot. Question 6 and question 2. Question 2 was which author wrote The 3 Laws of Robotics? Question 6 was Orson Welles caused mass panic in the USA with his radio broadcast of which novel? Yeah, okay. Tracy started listening to them in the 80s without the makeup. Fair play. I was born in 84, so I didn't discover Kiss until much later. Can I repeat question 11? I think I've done that twice now, but okay, last one. Bruce Willis played cab driver Corbin Dallas, oil driller Harry Stamper, and convict James Cole in which sci-fi films? Okay, we're going to go through the answers now, because you all want to get on with your lives, I'm sure. Don't forget, I will share a picture round very soon, though. All right? The Ditloids picture round will be shared as soon after this as I can. And we'll be back on Sunday with another quiz, as always. So, one more time, by the way, don't forget to donate. Let me send that link through. Oops. Send you the right link. If you haven't got it already, the link will be in the description of the video once I've posted it after this video. I do edit it and put the thumbnail in and change the description a little and put this in. So, yeah, give any more likes, love hearts, all those good emoji reactions one more time for Secret Santa, please, as we finish off with the answers and do the team scores for this one. Do all that now because we are running late. You're going to drop off as soon as this is finished, I know. So, question 1. Which sci-fi series involved the character Sam Beckett leaping into a variety of different people across different points in history? It's Quantum Leap, and it's brilliant. Question 2. Which author wrote The Three Laws of Robotics? That is Isaac Asimov. Question 3. Name the 2 future US state governors who appeared in the film Predator for 2 points. It is Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jesse Ventura. Question 4. Who was second in command to Captain Jean-Luc Picard on board the Starship Enterprise? It was Commander Riker, or William Riker, also known as Number 1. Question 5. Which post-apocalyptic 1954 Richard Matheson novel was made into a 2007 film starring Will Smith? I Am Legend. The fact I was going to tell you about that is there's a poster in the background on one, or a billboard, of Batman v Superman as a movie in the background of that Will Smith movie, and it wasn't made in 2007 or before that. It was only made a couple of years back now, so they were in a way predicting the future, because the movie did eventually get made. So there you go. Look out for that if you do go back and watch I Am Legend at some point, up on one of the skyscrapers in the background. Sorry. Question 6. Orson Welles caused mass panic in the USA with a radio broadcast of War of the Worlds, because everybody listening in didn't realise it was a novel and they thought it was real and aliens were really invading. Lots of people did. Question 7. Which actors play Lister, Cat, Rimmer and Crichton in Red Dwarf? They are Craig Charles, Danny John Jules, Chris Barry and Robert Llewellyn. Question 8. It was L. Ron Hubbard who founded Scientology. Question 9. According to the movie tagline, who was the only kid ever to get into trouble before he was born? Another of my favourites. It is Marty McFly from Back to the Future. Got in trouble before he was born. Question 10 on film. What was special about the 29th of October 1997? Well, according to the Terminator films, or at least the first 2, that was Judgment Day. Or that was when Judgment Day was going to be. Question 11. Bruce Willis played cab driver Corbin Dallas, oil driller Harry Stamper and convict James Cole in which sci-fi films? In that order, it is The Fifth Element, Armageddon and 12 Monkeys. Question 12. What was the title of Mel Brooks' Star Wars parody film? Very funny. They should have made a sequel, but it never happened. Spaceballs. Question 13. Who has made the most appearances in the Marvel Cinematic Universe films? Stan Lee. He made cameos. He's one of the creators and one of the masterminds behind it all, he was. God bless him. But yeah, Stan Lee. He's appeared in the most. I think after that it's Chris Evans as Captain America. Yeah, I think he's the new one that's taken the lead. Right, your next question was question 14. Now, this is an interesting one. So the Doctor, the actor playing the Doctor in Doctor Who, that wanted the crossover with Blake Seven, and actually the guy who played the lead in Blake Seven wanted it too, from what I've read. Tom Baker, one of the very best Doctors, he wanted it. Question 15. The authors who wrote June 1984 and Fahrenheit 451 was Frank Herbert, George Orwell, and Ray Bradbury. There you go. So let's see how well you did. Get your scores in the comments then. Don't forget, by the way, you can, if you really do love the quizzes and you're not a top fan, if you want to hear more from me, you can get little quizzes every day at the moment. And I've done 43 episodes so far on a new social media app called Limor, where you post a picture and an audio clip to accompany it. And then people can reply with audio clips in the comments if they wanted to as well. So I do a little quiz every day. It's got a really good following going there. It's a really great community. Lots of fun, different, interesting people posting audio, mini podcasts on Limor. So do check that out and follow me at Big Quiz Night In. You get a little quiz every day, 3 random questions. Top fans, I suggest you join that as well, because you can reply to me in the comments there too, and it's good fun. But top fans do get to hear them eventually when I post them later on in the top fan group. I'm also on Twitter at Big Quiz Night In as well. So if you use Twitter, you can by all means follow me there. Not got many followers, but I've got some, like the people who created Limor follow me there, and they get me lots of retweets going, which is good fun. So please do follow me there too. You'll hear little quizzes there as well, because I share them in both places. Let's get on with the team scores. So 17 for Cell Marketeers. You could have won a St. Bernard. I've got 22. Leah wants 3 and 4 again. 3 was Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jesse Ventura, and 4 was Commander William Riker. As long as you got Riker, you can give yourself a point. Jason says 20 out of 23 for Back in Black. Ed got 7. More than I thought. Turns out I know more about sports. Yes, Ed. Apparently so. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Selena says 13 points. Was it 2 points for question 9? No. Marty McFly was the answer I wanted you to give me for number 9. 9 points, Honey says. Oh dear. Gemma Cruz, 16. Thank you. You're welcome. 18 for Real Team 5. Don't forget to submit your logos, by the way, if you haven't already. Cool Cats and Kittens with 13 points. I don't think you've submitted me a logo yet. You need to get on that one. 18, for Real Team 5. Must be the booze. Matthew George Hillis, you requested this round and you've got yourself 17 points. All right, well done. 18 for Kings and Queens. 20 for Blackpool Bar Stewards. 17 for Half a Dozen. Socially Distant, 15 points. And I would have got Tom Baker, but I got married, so only myself to blame. What? Okay, all right, if you say so. 15 for Harperoids. 18 for Team... What? Team Bath. Oxford and Phoenix Collective have got 19 points. 21 out of 23 for Quiztal Maze. Paranus, 17 points. Matthew did get Tom Baker. Well done. Real Friends, 17 points. 15, says Owen. Surprised to get that many. Doom Radley's 18. 17 for Quiz Evans from Top Gear after it was good. 10 for Team Keep Calm. Well done, James and Team Keep Calm. Liz says, thought I would have done better as I love sci-fi, but only got 7. Oh, never mind. I'll do another one again sometime. Oh dear, sci-fi, 9 points, Gary says. We do change the subjects every quiz. Okay, they'll be different every time. You could have won a St. Bernard. I've got 22 points. The Shy Teds have got 19 points. 22 for Inquisitors. On my own, 10. And my sound was decimated for most of that round. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. Stanley has a cameo in 22 of the 23 films. Thank you, Robert. There you go. He cameoed in pretty much... Well, there you go. Yeah, pretty much all of them. 19 for Angry Bucket of Portuguese frogs. The frogs are changing nationality all the time. 16 for Let's Get Quizzical. Barking Dogs are Suicidal. 6. Oh, dear. 15, not bad, Tracy says. Enjoyed all tonight's rounds. Thank you, Tracy. No problem. Well done, Anna. Liz says 22 for Thunder Horse. 10 for Team Keep Calm. G-Force have got 16. 15 for Enemy. Robin says, 6. It's a bust from me. Oh, dear, Robin. I'll remember not to do too much sci-fi on Limor. Paul says, thanks again. At least we're consistent, Neil says. Well done. 17 for Cell Marketeers. Courtney says they got 10 points. Well done. Sorry we've gone on later tonight than always, but I'm glad you enjoyed it, everybody. Keep leaving your comments and do donate to Secret Santa. I'll put the link in again for you. Also, the link will be in the description. Picture round is a Ditloids round. Good luck with that one. You don't have to share the answers if you don't want to. I will put the real answers in there later on. What I do want to see those people liking and sharing the post. If you can do that, then I know it's still worthwhile doing those things. I've got lots of nice comments with the last ones. If you do see any of my posts on, particularly if you live around the Didcot Abingdon area, if you see any of my posts about the quiz there, please do me a favour and comment and share and like it, so that more people know. And I'm not just posting these things for shameless self-promotion. I'm doing it to try and get more people, so eventually more people will donate, and to grow the quiz that way. So please do share them if you see them elsewhere, and feel free to post about it elsewhere yourself and tag me in them if you want to. Yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers. Good night.